This is a tiny house, 600 square feet, 1 story, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. The kind of home you've seen 1,000 times on this channel and everywhere else. Here's what you haven't seen. That garage, with the motorcycle, the tools, the workbench, was never visible. From any angle. It didn't look like a garage from the outside. It doesn't look like a garage from the street. Nobody walking past this home would ever find it. And this is only the beginning. The tiny house with a hidden garage is one of the most practical, most surprising, and, honestly, most clever design ideas happening in small home living right now. And in 2026, builders, architects, and clever homeowners are finding more ways to do it than ever before. Today we are going through every single approach. The integrated garage inside the tiny home footprint. The carriage house that hides a full apartment above the car park. The drive-under garage built into a hillside. The shipping container home with a lockable vehicle bay. And yes, the underground garage beneath the tiny house that nobody in the neighborhood has a clue exists. This is the video for anyone who loves their car as much as their home and refuses to choose between them. Stay with me. We're just getting started. Subscribe and hit that notification bell right now, because this channel is where serious tiny home content lives, and today's video goes deeper than anything we've done before. Stay with me all the way to the end, because the underground garage reveal in the final section is going to change what you think is possible in a tiny home footprint. I promise. Let's go. Before we go into the designs, let's address the question I know some of you are already asking. Doesn't a garage defeat the entire purpose of tiny house? You're trying to minimize your footprint, simplify your life, own less. Why would you tack on a garage? And here's my answer. And I want you to hold this thought for the entire video, because it reframes everything we're about to look at. A garage in a tiny house context is almost never just about parking a car. It's about workshop space. It's about ATV and outdoor gear storage for someone who lives rurally. It's about a secure, climate-controlled hobby room for a motorcycle enthusiast, a woodworker, a car restorer, a painter who needs a real studio with ventilation. It's about the one category of stuff that simply doesn't work inside a 400 square foot living space. When you live in a tiny house, you are extraordinarily intentional about what comes inside those walls. But intentional living doesn't mean abandoning the things that matter to you. For some people, that motorcycle is the thing they love most. For some people, the wood lathe is how they decompress after a week of work. For some people, the ATV is how they experience the land they chose to live on. A garage in a tiny house design isn't a contradiction. It's an acknowledgement that a truly well-designed small home meets its owner's actual life, not an idealized, Instagram filter version of it. And what designers are discovering in 2026 is that the integration of a garage into a tiny home footprint, done correctly, doesn't compromise the living space at all. In many cases, it actually improves the overall design. It gives the structure purpose, proportion, and function that a pure tiny box often lacks. With that in mind, let's look at every approach being built right now. One roofline, two worlds. The most elegant version of a tiny house with a garage is what I call the integrated design. A single structure, a single roofline, where the living space and the garage occupy different sections of the same compact footprint. This isn't a garage bolted onto the side of a tiny house as an afterthought. It's a home designed from day one as a unified whole, where the garage bay is as intentional as the kitchen or the bedroom. And in 2026, this approach is growing fast because it solves a problem that pure, tiny living often can't. Site index equals 51-1. Small house plans with a garage are thoughtfully designed residences that efficiently integrate essential vehicle storage, workshop space, and high-utility storage into a compact, livable footprint. These plans are the ideal solution for maximizing square footage on constrained or expensive lots, providing all the functionality of a larger home without the cost or maintenance. /site. Let's talk about what the integration actually looks like in practice. In the most common layout, the garage occupies one end of the building's footprint, typically the end closest to the road or driveway access point, while the living space occupies the other end. They share a party wall with an interior access door between them. From outside, the structure looks like one coherent home. The garage door is designed to match or complement the siding, the roofline, and the window style of the living section. When executed well, the garage door almost disappears into the facade. It reads as an architectural element, not as an industrial bolt-on. And the living space above or behind the garage benefits from the mass of the garage, providing a thermal buffer on one side. Site index equals 50-1. Workshop residence combinations, creating accessory dwelling units, or multipurpose facilities are a top trend shaping tiny house plans in 2025 and continuing strongly into 2026. These garage plus dwelling combos maximize spatial efficiency for versatile applications, appealing to both individual builders and small families. Site. The Pike Cottage, a design plan available from multiple house plan providers, is a great example of how this works even in a very small footprint. Site index equals 50-1. The Pike Cottage's design includes a narrow single-car garage incorporating laundry facilities, water heater, and folding table for enhanced functionality. The design proves that thoughtfully designed homes under 1,000 square feet can offer charm, comfort, and timeless appeal within an efficient footprint. Site. Notice what happened there. The garage isn't just for the car. The water heater, the laundry, the folding table. The garage absorbs the utility infrastructure that would otherwise eat into the living space. This is the hidden genius of the integrated design. The garage doesn't just house a vehicle. It houses the mechanical soul of the home, freeing the living space to be purely livable. And for the car enthusiast who lives tiny, the integrated design means you pull into your own garage every single night. Your vehicle is secure. It's climate controlled. Your tools are right there. And your tiny house sits just on the other side of the connecting door, warm, clean, and completely separate from the grease and the sawdust. That is not a compromise. That is a genuinely well thought out life. The oldest trick in architecture, reinvented. Now let's talk about what is arguably the most beautiful and most historically rooted version of the tiny house with a garage, the carriage house. The carriage house has a lineage going back centuries. Site index equals 33-1. The term carriage house dates back to the 18th and 19th centuries, referring to outbuildings designed to store horse-drawn carriages. Over time, as automobiles replaced carriages, these spaces evolved into living quarters for staff or rental housing. In modern real estate, carriage houses have become synonymous with above-garage ADUs, particularly in urban and suburban settings where homeowners seek efficient ways to add livable space while retaining valuable storage and parking space. Site. What the carriage house figured out 300 years ago is the same thing tiny house designers are rediscovering right now. Vertical stacking is the most efficient way to combine parking and living in a small footprint. Build up, not out. Park below, live above, and the two uses never compete for the same square footage. In 2026, the above-garage tiny home, the modern carriage house, is one of the fastest growing ADU categories in the country, and the numbers are extraordinary. Site index equals 55-1. One of the most compelling designs in current tiny house plans introduces a fascinating category of multifunctional structures that combine living space with practical storage or workspace areas. The living area sits above a full two-car garage, creating approximately 1,600 square feet of total usable space when you include the garage functionality, requiring builders to think beyond traditional single-purpose building concepts. The elevated living quarters offer practical advantages including better views, improved security, enhanced privacy for neighbors, and superior flood protection in vulnerable areas, while the garage structure below creates opportunities for innovative storage solutions. Site. Better views, better security, better flood protection, better privacy. All of these are genuine, real-world benefits of living above your garage that most people never think about when they imagine tiny living. They're thinking about the square footage. They're not thinking about what the elevation does for the quality of the living experience. Now, what does it cost to build a carriage house in 2026? Site index equals 30-1. A pre-made garage with an apartment cost between $60 and $100 per square foot, putting the total price tag somewhere between $35,000 and $100,000. Compared to the $80,000 to $300,000 range for a custom-built unit, the potential savings are significant. making kit or prefab carriage houses a compelling choice for many homeowners. Site, $35,000 to $100,000 for a prefab or kit carriage house, with garage below and full apartment above. That is an extraordinary value proposition when you consider that you're getting 2 functional spaces on 1 footprint. And for people thinking about this as a rental income play, the numbers are even more compelling. Site index equals 35-1. In the greater Boston area, a studio or 1-bedroom suite above a garage can rent for $1,500 to $2,500 per month, allowing the project to pay for itself over time. A room above the garage can actually improve the look of your home by adding architectural interest to a flat garage roof. Taking great care to match existing siding, roof shingles, and window styles ensures the addition looks like it was always there. Site, $1,500 to $2,500 a month in rental income on a structure that costs between $35,000 and $100,000 to build. Do that math over 5 years, and you're looking at a structure that is fully paid for itself and is now generating pure income every month on your existing land without selling anything. The carriage house is not just a beautiful piece of architectural history reinvented for modern tiny living. It is one of the most financially intelligent structures a property owner can build in 2026, from iron ore to ingenious. Now let's talk about the design that made this category feel real to me personally, and the one I think represents the most practical, most accessible, and most versatile version of the tiny house with a hidden garage that you can actually buy today. The Augustine by Backcountry Containers, based in Wisconsin. Site index equals 23-1. The Augustine, the latest build from US-based Backcountry Containers, which specializes in custom builds based on one-tripper containers, lives like a proper lodge with all the basic needs covered. A small integrated garage, plenty of personality, and a decent range of extra options available. Site. Let me tell you exactly what this is. A 40-foot shipping container, one of the most structurally robust, weather-resistant, and cost-effective building modules available anywhere, has been transformed into a full tiny home that includes its own lockable garage at one end. Site index equals 21-1. The Augustine is a 40-foot container cabin, perfect for the rugged outdoors. The floor plan features a kitchen, bathroom, and living space. The standard model features a 12-foot garage. It's perfect to store an ATV and other equipment. Plus, everything is securely locked up when you're not on site. An upgraded floor plan converts the garage space into a large, enclosed bedroom with a window/site. That flexibility is the killer feature. During hunting season, it's a garage for the ATV and the equipment. In the off-season, it converts to a bedroom with real walls, a window, and privacy. Same space, different configuration, no construction required, just a furniture arrangement. Site index equals 24-1. On the opposite side of the container from the living room, you'll find the versatile garage space. Depending on your needs, the garage can be transformed into a master bedroom, providing a more spacious and private sleeping area. It can also be configured to include multiple bunk beds, making it an ideal solution for accommodating additional guests or family members/site. Let's walk the full interior, because it's worth doing. Site index equals 20-1. The Augustine is based on a 40-foot long shipping container that has been painted gray and modified with windows and a door. The interior is finished in pine walls, with vinyl flooring and shiplap ceiling. As you enter through the front door, you're greeted by an open living area. The bathroom hosts a flushing toilet, a sink, and a shower. Over on the opposite side of the container from the living room is the garage space. The garage opens directly to the outside/site. Pine walls, vinyl flooring, shiplap ceiling, a full bathroom, a kitchen, a living area, and a lockable garage in a 40-foot shipping container. That is a completely functional, full-time livable rural home with its own vehicle bay in a structure that arrives on the back of a flatbed truck. And the price? Site index equals 20-1. The Augustine model shown is currently up for sale for $75,000/site, $75,000 for a complete home with an integrated lockable garage delivered to your site. And that's before you consider the upgrades. Site index equals 20-1. As standard, The Augustine comes with hookups for power and water, but it can also be upgraded to run off the grid with water tanks and solar panels. Other options include a rooftop deck with staircase and a wood-burning stove/site. Rooftop deck, off-grid solar, wood-burning stove, each one a meaningful upgrade to the rural living experience, and each one available on a $75,000 base that already includes a lockable integrated garage. For hunters, overlanders, rural property owners, or anyone who needs a secure, weatherproof vehicle bay attached to their living space on land with no existing infrastructure. The Augustine is one of the most practical small homes available in 2026. The hillside's secret weapon. Let's talk about a garage design that most people on flat land never even think about, but that people on sloped land should absolutely be considering. The drive-under garage. Here's the concept. If your tiny house sits on land with a significant slope, you have an asset most flat lot owners don't. A natural grade change that lets you carve a garage into the hillside itself. The living space sits on the upper level, with views, with light, with the elevated position that carriage houses taught us, is architecturally advantageous. The garage enters from the low side of the slope beneath the living space. The footprint of the structure, from the road, looks like a one-story home, but from the back, or from below the slope, there's a full garage bay carved into the earth beneath it. Site index equals 12-1. Drive-under house plans are designed for properties that are sloped or built into a hillside. Looking for a house plan with a garage below the living space? Drive-under house plans can meet all storage needs when the land provides natural grade change. The most cost-effective approach for integrating a garage into a home on a sloped lot/site. Why is this the most cost-effective approach? Because the hillside does a significant amount of the structural work for you. The retaining walls are essentially the slope itself, with reinforcement. The roof of the garage is the floor of the living space. No separate structural system needed for each independently. Site index equals 47-1. Building an underground or drive-under garage is more expensive than a standard garage, mainly because the materials used must support the entire home. So the building code will require steel instead of simple wood or brick. However, on a sloped site, the grade itself provides the essential containment, reducing excavation costs significantly compared to a flat lot underground build/site. And from an aesthetic standpoint, drive-under tiny homes on hillsides are some of the most visually striking small structures being built today. The elevated living space, the panoramic views from the upper windows, the sense of the home growing organically from the landscape. It's a completely different architectural language from the typical flat lot tiny house. Who is this for? Rural property owners on naturally sloped land, coastal and lakeside small homes, where flood elevation requirements essentially mandate a raised structure anyway, and the drive-under garage fills that raised base naturally. Mountain property owners who need secure vehicle and equipment storage but don't want to sacrifice their view or their living space square footage. The drive-under garage gives them all three: views from above, parking below, and a footprint that reads as one coherent structure from every angle. Steel, space, and secrets. If there's one building type that has made the combined garage and living concept genuinely mainstream in American small home culture, it's the Barndominium. And in 2026, the Barndominium influence on tiny house design is stronger than it's ever been. Site index equals 53-1. Barndominium house plan sales grew from 8% in 2024 to 11% in 2025 as more buyers were drawn to their unique blend of charm and versatility. Today's modern Barndo designs often feature sleek flat roofs, expansive glass walls, and airy, open-concept living spaces centered around the heart of the home. Many also include generous garages or handy workshops. Look for variations like garage dominiums, ADU-style plans, and RV-ready designs/site. The Barndominium approach says something fundamentally different about what a garage should look like in a home. In traditional residential design, the garage is an embarrassment, something to hide behind a door, tucked away from the living space, visually neutralized. The Barndominium says, the garage is the architecture. The large door is the statement. The open, industrial-influenced space where living and parking and working all happen in one glorious, unified volume is the point. For tiny house owners who are car people, motorcycle people, workshop people, this approach resonates deeply. Instead of apologizing for the garage, you celebrate it. The roll-up door becomes a wall of glass when open. The workshop becomes part of the living experience. The vehicle isn't hidden. It's part of the composition of the home. Some of the most striking small home builds of 2026 are Barndominium-influenced structures under 800 square feet, where the garage door opens the entire front of the building to the landscape. When it's open, the interior of the home blurs completely into the outdoor space. When it's closed, the structure is secure, weatherproof, and completely private. This is the most visible expression of the garage's design element philosophy, and it's growing fast among tiny home buyers who are done with the idea that their passions need to be hidden away. The most dramatic hidden garage of all. And here we are, the one I promised you at the start, the underground garage. The tiny house above is untouched. The garden is untouched. The driveway, from the outside, looks completely normal. And beneath all of it, beneath the footprint of the house and the driveway both, is a fully functional, fully lit, climate-controlled underground garage. Site index equals 41-1. The secret underground garage built as a DIY project by Colin Furze stands out not just for its ambition, but for the execution of a vision few homeowners would attempt. With a hidden driveway, a DIY garage layout, and concrete construction that rivals commercial builds, this project reflects a mix of hands-on effort and technical precision. The garage is now fully concealed beneath a finished driveway, blending in with the environment while hiding an impressive structure below. The final stages of the secret underground garage included a hydraulic car lift and fire-rated access doors. /site. A hydraulic car lift, fire-rated access doors, concrete construction under a finished driveway. From above, nothing. From below, an entire world. Now, I want to be direct with you about the engineering reality here, because this is not a simple undertaking. Site index equals 44-1. Building an underground garage presents significantly more complexity regarding engineering, design, drainage, and access. Geotechnical surveys are required to determine how much structural support is required for the building above. Retaining walls will be required. If the geology is rocky, excavation can be time-consuming. If the geology is soft, the foundations may need to be very deep. Properties that are susceptible to flooding or have stated overland flow paths may not be eligible for an underground garage due to the impossibility of drainage in a flood scenario. Subterranean garages may need fire protection systems, particularly given the intensity of electric vehicle fires and how difficult they are to extinguish. /site. Geotechnical surveys, retaining walls, deep foundations, fire protection systems. These are real requirements, not bureaucratic obstacles. They exist because an underground garage below a living space is holding the home above it. Every structural decision has consequences that extend upward. And then there's the pest reality that most videos about underground garages completely ignore. Site index equals 44-1. Underground structures are prone to pests like rodents, ants, and termites, which can enter through small cracks or drainage systems. Stephen Scott, a pest control specialist in Richmond, recommends sealing entry points, using pest-resistant materials, and ensuring drainage areas have covers to prevent pests. Moisture buildup in ramps and shaded areas can attract insects, leading to potential structural damage. Regular inspections can help catch early signs of infestations. /site. Sealing, drainage management, regular inspections. These are not deal breakers, but they are the maintenance reality of an underground structure, and they should be part of the decision-making conversation that most look at this underground garage content skips entirely. Who is the underground garage actually for in a tiny house context? Property owners in areas with strict surface coverage limits, where you can't add any more square footage above ground but can build downward. Urban tiny homeowners on small lots where there is literally no room for any above-ground vehicle storage. Car collectors who want climate-controlled, ultra-secure storage for valuable vehicles in a residential setting that reveals nothing to passersby. And for the right person, in the right location, with the right geological conditions and the right engineering team, the underground garage beneath a tiny house is the most spectacular, most surprising, and most genuinely hidden version of this concept that exists. It is the ultimate expression of the idea we started with at the top of this video, that a tiny house can hold far more than it appears to from the outside. Alright, let's talk money, because all of these options are real, but they have very different financial profiles, and choosing the right one for your situation requires understanding the costs honestly. The integrated garage tiny home. The single structure with a garage bay on one end is the most accessible starting point. When designed into the home from the beginning, the additional cost of the garage bay is primarily the door, the hardware, and the slightly increased structural requirements at that end of the building. If you're building a custom tiny home anyway, this is often a $10,000 to $25,000 addition to the base build cost, and it adds both utility and resale value. The carriage house, the above garage ADU, ranges significantly based on how you build it. Site index equals 30-1. Converting an existing garage will significantly decrease construction costs. Conversions often run around $6,000 to $28,000, though ADU-level conversions can trend higher once you add a full kitchen, bath, insulation, HVAC, and utilities. Pre-made garage apartment kits cost between $60 and $100 per square foot, with a total between $35,000 and $100,000/site. The Augustine shipping container home with integrated garage, $75,000 delivered, with off-grid and deck upgrades available on top. The drive under hillside garage costs vary widely based on excavation requirements, retaining wall needs, and the structural grade of the existing slope. On a naturally graded lot, the cost premium over a flat lot garage can be minimal. On a lot that requires significant excavation or engineered retaining systems, it can be substantial. Plan for a $50,000 to $150,000 range for the garage component alone. The underground garage beneath a flat lot tiny home. This is the most expensive option by a significant margin. Excavation, concrete, waterproofing, structural engineering, fire systems, hydraulic access platforms. A proper underground garage beneath an existing or new structure can range from $100,000 to $300,000 or more, depending on size and soil conditions. This is an investment for a specific type of buyer with specific needs, not a general recommendation for the average tiny home purchaser. The Barndominium style integrated design, often the most affordable per square foot option for someone building from scratch, because the steel frame and metal cladding that defines the Barndo aesthetic is inherently cost-efficient construction. Expect $60 to $100 per square foot for a well-built Barndominium-influenced tiny home with integrated garage, putting a 600 square foot build with a one-car garage in the $60,000 to $80,000 range. So, we started here. A perfectly ordinary-looking tiny house. 600 square feet, one story, one bedroom, nothing unusual. Integrated garage, invisible from the street, always there, never seen, until you know to look. And that's the theme of everything we covered today. A shipping container in rural Texas that holds your ATV in a lockable bay. A two-story carriage house where your car parks below and your life happens above. A hillside home that uses the land itself as the walls of the garage. A Barndominium that celebrates the garage as the architectural centerpiece. And an underground chamber beneath a driveway that holds a car nobody in the neighborhood knows exists. Every single one of these is a tiny house that holds more than it shows. And in 2026, with land costs still climbing, lots still shrinking, and the need to live efficiently without abandoning the things you love, that is exactly the kind of thinking that changes what a small home can be. Drop a comment below and tell me, which hidden garage option is the one for you? The Augustine container home, the carriage house above the car park, the underground chamber, or something else entirely? Tell me below. I read every single one, and the most popular answer is going into the follow-up video. And if this got you thinking about what else designers are hiding inside small homes, check out the full playlist right here. Secret rooms, elevator beds, houses that double in size. It's all there. Subscribe if you haven't already. New deep dives every single week. And I will see you in the next one.